Hey guys, it is episode 26 of the Chris and Kadie Show, and thank God Miss Kadie Lynn has her jingle juice ready for this week's show. Um, that's right.
Wait, listen, it's jingling.
There we go. You gotta have jingle juice to watch this show, I have heard from our 3 or 4 viewers. I don't know if that's how many we have or not, but um,
It's
it is Christmas Eve as we
uh-huh.
record this, so it is
That's why
still.
I got the jingle
That's
juice.
right. It's still relevant that she is drinking jingle juice. It's not like,
Maybe not for y'all, but for me it
yeah,
is.
in the future when this comes out for everybody else, it's probably like, why is she drinking jingle juice? Doesn't she know it's over? Gosh, I
It's
hate these
leftovers.
hanger-ons, right?
I don't like it at all, so
What does it taste like? What is the jingle juice?
well, um
Uh-oh.
so it's very simple, but I just have to okay, so I usually go for cranberry, but I was at the store and I found white cranberry and peach juice.
White cranberry and peach. That sounds awesome.
And then I put some lemon stuff in there, some kind of stuff,
Some
some
kind of
other,
stuff.
and it's good.
Mmm. White cranberry and peach.
And lemon.
And lemon. That sounds like something you need to add maybe a little champagne to it or like. Mm,
The lemon has enough.
mm. Okay, fair point. So, what have you been up to for the last couple of weeks?
Oh my god. A lot, but nothing
That's a great
at the same
answer.
time.
Please
Yeah.
expound upon that, Miss Kadie.
Well, what am I gonna do in my bitch fit?
Okay, fine. Well, that's true. Maybe I should just take the intro out and be like, all right, I want to ask how you're doing, Katie, but we'll just wait till you complain a little bit later.
I'm writing down my main points I'm about to make.
Oh no! So last episode's bitch fit had you at a Christmas party for as a disco cowboy, right? So how did that go, or is that part of the bitch fit tonight? It is part of the bitch fit. Okay, so we will postpone the disco cowboy portion of the show this week. Oh my gosh! Our top five is going to be interesting this week.
Yeah.
I feel like the world of news is too political right now. And unfortunately, it was very difficult for me to find 4 or 5 topics for us to discuss tonight that didn't have some kind of political flavor to them. So, yes, one of our stories tonight actually has a political flavor, but I think we're going to talk about it in a way that it's not going to be very
Yeah.
partisan, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so it doesn't matter what party the person is that we will be discussing tonight. But before we get into all of our topics later on, let's talk about our top five this week. And I came up with a doozy. I think this is a good one, based on who my co-host is. Um, our top five this week is our favorite, not most successful, but our favorite top five America's Got Talent contestants, not named Katie. So she can't choose herself, and I can't choose her either. Yeah.
Darn, I wouldn't have chose me anyway.
Yes, you would have. I would have. I would have chose you at least 3 out of 5 times.
I appreciate you.
Of course, no problem. And that's just because you had multiple appearances on the show, so I could put 3 or 4 times on there. But no, um, but this week we're gonna let Katie go first, and we're gonna go again in reverse order. Again, this is not most successful, so I would love to hear y'all's opinions on who your favorite America's Got Talent contestants were, not named Katie, in the comments below. Katie, who do you have as number five?
So I'm just gonna go ahead and start off by saying, um, most of these choices were the ones that I remembered. You
Right.
know what I mean? Like
Mm-hmm.
not ones that I went and looked up. Maybe there was better choices, but if it left lasting impression on me, especially this long, a lot of like I grew up watching the show a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So like this last one kind of makes zero sense. Um his little boy name was Nathan Boxstaller. He was 6 years old and a little freaking cute comedian. Little cute 6-year-old. And I remember watching him. He was like probably 3 years before me or something like that. And I remember watching him and thinking it was the funniest shit alive. And I went back and watched it again and I was like, what was that little boy comedian?
And so
What was about him? And I Googled
what
it.
season were you on again? 12, right?
11.
11, right. So you were season 11. So every single one of mine came before your season.
So did mine.
And that's just because I stopped watching it after your season. So I was a little bit mad. Just a little bit.
I wasn't, and let me just clarify, I wasn't mad. It's just, it's very weird watching it after you know everything that goes on.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel as organic.
Well, I am still bitter. Okay. I don't know about you, but I am dang sure bitter about how it went. Anyway, my number 5, some would say this is the most successful person that came from America's Got Talent. Some would say that. I wouldn't. But I have Jackie Evancho here. Now, Jackie was only 10 years old when she was on the show, from what I remember. And she was on season 5, long time ago. So you would have been like 6 years old.
When I was a kid.
So you would have been like 6. She was 10. She was the runner-up on season 5. I have 2 different people from season 5 on my list. Neither one of them won that year either, which I find interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I think only one of mine, and I don't even know if he won, but he got close.
So who's your number 4?
My number 4 was actually on my season. I never spoke to him, so it's no bias.
Interesting.
But kind of, I feel like he left an impression on the world. It still circles around and stuff. And that's Jot Hetlinger. He is the 82-year-old man that sang Bodies on America's Got Talent.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
yep.
I remember that.
I remember I was in the elevator and I heard that shit happening.
Yeah,
and
that was the
like,
old guy, right?
What?
Like the 80-year-old something?
82-year-old guy singing Bodies, yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
I met him in the elevator as well, but like that's it. I had one crossing with him. And I don't think he moved on, but it was nice. I liked it.
Sadly, he passed away in 2023. Yes. Yeah, 2023. He's been gone about.
Rest in peace, John. I'm glad I picked that
3
one.
months. Yeah, he was fun. He's still on TikTok all the time, the time. So yeah, that's a really good choice. My number 4 is the only winner that I have on my list, and that's Terry Fator. And I think he was season 2 winner, and really I feel like he put the show on the map, right? Because like prior to season 2 and him winning, I don't remember even thinking or hearing about the show. But then when he won, and I knew who he was before he was on the show too, because I love ventriloquists, and he was so unique in that. Not only was he a ventriloquist, but he was a singing ventriloquist too. So like, doing At Last and other songs through his puppets was really cool. So who is your number 3?
My number 3 is Drew Lynch. I remembered him very well. These top 3, I mean, they were instantaneous in my brain. Like boom, boom, boom. But Drew Lynch, I loved it. I remember watching him. He was before me as well, but I remember sitting on the couch with my parents and him coming up, and I just laughed my ass off. And I was so tickled.
He's still funny. I follow him on TikTok as well. He is absolutely hilarious.
It's like, I feel like it was one of the like first like embracings of like a disability that you've seen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I hadn't not that I hadn't seen anything like that before, but like gone on a competition or anything like that, and he embraced it as he stutters, everybody.
I'm curious how well he would have done without the backstory though. Exactly. Like Same. A lot of people have the backstory is so important. To the contestants on America's Got Talent, which honestly is why I stopped watching it. It just felt less organic, especially knowing what you went through. Yeah, exactly right. Exactly right. So you got Drew Lynch at number 3. I have Dave Fedley at number 3. If you remember Dave, Dave was a semifinalist on season 8, and I've been Facebook friends with Dave for a really long time. He's
Yeah.
actually from the Lufkin Nacogdoches area of East Texas. Yeah. So I remember rooting for him back in the day when he was on. Obviously, I wasn't friends with him at the time when he was on AGT, but like just having a local guy on the show was pretty cool. So
Yeah,
obviously
absolutely.
that has stuck with me ever since then. But he has a fabulous voice and a great songwriter as well.
That's awesome.
Who is your number 2?
My number 2, I got to meet, and it was very random. Don't know why he was there, honestly. Like, I was making my way from the hotel to the studio, and okay, so we were at Lowe's Hotel, and this is off Hollywood Boulevard. And you like basically walk through. It's a fucking mall. It's like a strip mall, but it's like so stupidly like elegant and shit because it's
Mm-hmm.
California. I don't know. But you walk through the city and you walk through like some back door and then you find the studio. Anyway, it's weird. But I remember I was walking through that mall and I just see out of the corner of my eye, I'm like, what the fuck is that? It was Piff the Magic Dragon, yo.
I was considering them for this.
That dude was hilarious.
Yeah.
Hilarious. I was so about it. And he was just there. He didn't even end up like being on an episode of the show or anything. He was just chilling.
Nice. That's cool. So just
Yeah,
there to support essentially.
I guess so, yeah.
So my number 2 was your number 3, Drew Lynch. Probably one of my top 3 favorite comedians right now. I guys, if you don't follow him on social media, you really should because like
And see, I don't. I need to.
yeah, you really do. His dealing with hecklers at shows is just so worth it, man. Like just watching him deal with hecklers is great. Golly, I love
Mhm.
it so much. And he gives like motivational speeches sometimes too when he's on his daily walks, which
Mhm.
I love a lot too. Like he'll just be walking through the neighborhood with his phone and spouting wisdom. I love that as well. Wow. So drum roll. Number 1 favorite America's Got Talent contestant for Kadie Lynn is.
So nobody's gonna. I couldn't find her last name. It's this niche. But her name was Lynn, and she was this little 6-year old, and I couldn't find her brother's name. And her brother played drums, and she screamed her own original song called "Zombie Skin."
Hmm.
It was. I'm talking. I hold on. I gotta. That was like I remember seeing that when I was little. Uh,
Let's see if I can help you find it.
Lynn. Erilyn Zombie Skin. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm curious what her name was.
Erilyn and Izzy.
Yeah, that was her brother's name. It looks like.
Yeah.
Let me see.
Good shit, man. 2013.
You would think that would be on here.
Or wait. No, 2014.
So that was 10 years ago. So she should be an adult now.
Yeah.
Hmm. Marilyn O'Neill
Oh.
is her name.
I'm looking on. I think I've found something.
Yeah, O'Neill is her last name. Let's go. I found it. Yep. So you guys will need to check her out. I will be as soon as the show is over. Interesting stuff. So she was a
Yeah.
6-year-old heavy metal superstar.
No, she straight up was just like screaming. Only screaming. I swear on my life. But she was actually taught to do so pretty decent. Like it
Nice.
wasn't like she was just screaming. Like she was
Nice.
close to there.
So my number
And
1, a lot of people. Are you done? I'm sorry.
no. Go ahead.
Okay. My number 1, a lot of people don't even know, like, or remember that she was on America's Got Talent, and that is
I didn't.
Lindsay Sterling. Same season as Jackie Ivanko, but Lindsay was a quarterfinalist on the same year. And, I mean, Lindsay is probably the world's most well-known or popular classical violinist. I wouldn't say she's classical, though, but she brings it, man. I love Lindsay Sterling.
Yeah.
She's so good.
Classically trained. There you go.
Classically trained violinist. There you go, yeah. But she does a lot of like rock music and stuff like that too, and I love that about her.
Yeah.
And I think she might be the most well known out of all the contestants that have ever been on the show as well.
Oh
Perhaps,
yeah.
you know. But
Hmm.
yeah, there's our top five. America's Got Talent favorite contestants not named Kadie. Um, cool. When did we get it right? I think we both did really well. We only had one name in common, which I find interesting. Drew
Hmm.
Lynch. You used you found some a little more obscure people that
I swear to God, it was the ones that stuck out in my brain that I remembered.
yeah, and I love
I
that.
swear.
Yeah, that's what favorite is supposed to do. The ones that left the biggest mark on you for sure.
Yeah.
I think that's good. Are you ready for your bitch fit? So
Yeah.
the cool thing is I just have to hit a single button, hopefully, and
Hello. So, as was mentioned earlier, there is a certain party that needs to be mentioned that I need to catch everybody up on. Um, so got dressed, super cute, wore my disco cowboy shit. I got there. There was a lot of shit going on. They put a lot of time and effort. Like that, it was badass. Badass. I walk in, they within like 30 minutes of being there, they did a raffle and you just signed in and they took everybody's names and somebody won a pair of Beats and then somebody like what they had TVs, they had all kinds of shit that they were just giving away. Like you'd have to pay to do a raffle and nothing like just throwing shit. There was a mechanical bull. They were pouring drinks very strong that night.
so
And
where's the footage from you on the mechanical bull?
there is no footage because it did not happen. It almost happened because Erica, I'm just gonna call you out. Erica, if you see this, I'm calling you out. I was just drunk enough. Okay, I had one drink, but it was like all vodka. Okay, it was all vodka because it was an open bar and it wasn't even pink. It was like it was barely had like a blush of pink. It was that much vodka, and I finished it. And they were giving out free shit. And then Erica's like, "Oh, girl, you gotta sign one of these things. You'll be in the games and stuff." I'm thinking they have like horseshoes out there, throwing horseshoes. I'm like, okay, I can fuck with that. So there was game one, two, three, and four, and they were random. So they did game two first. So I signed up for two and four, and each game was to win different things. I don't remember what two was, but four would have been like an iPad. Like it's stupid shit. And I'm so glad I didn't get called because I would have been so fucked. I would have been so fucked. But the second game was the mechanical bull. And I watched my homie Slim get up there. He did pretty good. But I was like, uh-uh. And I was drunk enough to where, you like sway in place. I'm like, please don't call my fucking name. Because they call somebody's name, you watch them do it, then they go to call the next person. I'm like, please don't be me. It never came to be me. Not the point though. Um, so then everyone proceeded to want to do shots. And let me just say, there's probably 100 employees there. Probably not that many, but probably like 70. Yeah, that's fair. And then they all had their plus ones and shit. There's a lot of people there. I mean, not for the factory, but for like a Christmas party. And I found four different groups as I mingled. You want to do a shot? You want to do a shot? I had four shots in 10 minutes. In 10 minutes. After I had a whole thing of just vodka.
Nice.
So, I don't remember much else. Um, I remember my homie Santiago getting there and telling him hi. I remember texting him and being like, "Where the fuck are you at?" Oh my god, I remember taking photos in the photo booth. Barely. Barely. The only reason I remember is because I have one on my fridge. um, I remember telling my girl Keisha, I said, I'm gonna get fired tonight. I said, I'm gonna get fired tonight. Anyway, I got there at 7. We left at 9 because I was like, okay, I gotta go home. So I didn't get shit. I had fun 2 hours, but I'm kind of mad at myself. But
So
you
the
know,
whole reason why you did all this disco cowboying stuff was to
it was
win
for 2
something,
fucking hours.
and you
Yeah.
didn't win shit. Great stuff.
And then, yeah. So, and I can't tell you how miserable I was the next day.
Oh, I
Oh
imagine.
my God.
Yeah.
Well, like, I was like, 4 shots, that's not that bad. And I mean, I can't say that.
In rapid succession, it's pretty bad.
I mean, yeah. And I was there for 2 hours. And like I said, like, think of like a solo cup. Think about my jingle juice. Okay. They filled it up to here with vodka. And then this was cranberry. If that. If that. I swear on my life. I poured it. Or I didn't pour it. It got poured and given to me. And I looked at Keisha and she went, like, oh shit.
That's called a splash of cranberry, right?
And then like 5 different people got their drinks and said, oh, we getting fucked up tonight. It happened. But yeah, it was fun. Also, complete other news, but news. Very interesting enough. I have another job. I work now at PetSmart.
Okay.
That's fun. I'm excited. I like animals. I hope to see animals getting treated properly. And hope to maybe make a difference in that. Because reputations are a thing. But I think it's gonna be fun. I get to handle all the animals. I'm a pet care specialist. I don't know what the fuck makes me eligible to be a damn specialist, but okay.
Maybe
They're like, you got 4 lizards. Okay, you're in.
We'll focus on the word special, right?
It's not specialist, it's special-ish.
One letter means all the difference.
But yeah, they were like, you got 4 lizards, you're in. So
is this going to be another part-time job?
Yeah, I worked there today, and then I work there again on Thursday. So that's nice. They pay weekly, so that's nice. And then also, I'm probably gonna be substitute teaching, which I also think is fucking hilarious. That I'm gonna be. Okay. At least music I know something about. Okay, but like, it's still pretty ironic. They put me in a room to teach people. Mostly kids. Really? Me?
Where's that
I
going to be
appreciate it. I'm all up in Jackson's town. Venus. Yep. I said, Jackson, I'm gonna be substitute teaching where you work.
Oh, Lord.
And they get called to the schools a lot.
I just want to make sure that parents out there who may be watching this have a chance to transfer their kids, you know.
I knew I should have said that shit. As soon as it came out of my mouth, I was like, maybe I shouldn't say this when I have my jingle juice in my hand.
Talking about fun.
I don't know who trusted me to teach these children, but...
Oh my God, that's a TikTok right there. 100%.
But I had to go get my fingerprints done. I felt like a felon.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Are you done with your bitch fit?
Sure.
That's great.
I always got a lot to bitch about. I didn't even say my dad joke, and I had it pulled up. Motherfucker.
Too late. No dad jokes this week.
Apparently.
Right, where the fuck are we? All right, here we
go. No dad jokes to ruin Christmas for.
All right, so we're going to play a game this week, and I know Katie played the game last week. It doesn't matter. I did not have enough time to get Katie to get a what the heck ready, so I have a what the heck ready for Katie. So Katie's going to play again this week, and then we'll just switch back to me for the next time.
It's only fair from all the wheel karma.
Yeah, the wheel calmer was pretty shitty last time, to be fair. It was pretty shitty. Cheerios. Oh my gosh, it was great though. It was great.
That was so fucked. I don't even want to think about
All right,
that.
so for those of you who may not know how what the heck works, it is a fun little exercise in that Kadie is not allowed to filter her answer. She has to say whatever comes to mind. She does not know these questions. She has not seen them. There's 10 of them, and I'm going to hit her with them in rapid fire succession. So I ask the question, she gives her answer. She's not allowed to think about her answer. Okay, that's really important. Are you ready for what the heck, Kadie? All right.
Hold on.
Because last time she got real close to the camera and she was ready. Like, she had her hands on her knees and... I don't know. All right. Here we go.
Hey.
What the heck with Kadie? Here we go. Number one. If cows laugh too hard, does milk come out of their nose?
I don't know why I thought that shit would come out of their nose, but it does. Go ahead.
You think shit would come out of their nose if they laugh too hard?
I don't know.
All right. Are you more of a hunter or a gatherer?
I'm a fucking gatherer. I'm a little bitch. As much as I like to say I fight, I'm a little bitch.
If you were a crayon, what color would you be and why?
I would be black because I'm emo as fuck.
Because I'm emo as fuck. All right. Would you rather have to read aloud everything you read or sing everything you have to say aloud?
The first one, I can't even bear to be like, sing for these people. No.
So you would have to sing all the time everything you have to say aloud, or you would have to read aloud everything you read.
Yeah.
Okay. So you want the first one. So you're just driving down the highway, every single exit sign, you would have to read aloud as you went by.
I kind of already do that. I'm a little bit tizzed out anyways.
Okay. What was your most awkward moment on stage?
Oh my God. Instantly, I don't necessarily know that it was awkward because I was 8, but you can go find it. There's a video of it on YouTube. It's pretty fucking funny. I was at the Arlington Music Hall, and I was such a little shit kid. That's why it embarrasses me now. Anyway, I was like, fucking, they had me set up at the Arlington Music Hall, like behind these drapes and shit, and they were talking about me and announcing me and like, Well, that was when Michael, what was his name? His name was Michael. Used to run shit up there. He's like a big, like everybody knows him apparently. He randomly popped up on my shit. Not the point. There's a video, and he's sitting there talking, and they already have the mic in front of me, and I'm like, "Hey, Michael." I'm fucking 8, and then they open the drapes, and I'm just with my guitar. I'm like, "Hey." He's like, "Well, hey, what are you doing back there?" I was like, "I'm just waiting."
I'm just waiting. Oh,
and I just sat there and act like a little shithead kid.
Oh, that's great. Well,
it's on YouTube.
Was it awkward at the time too, though, or just awkward after?
No, I thought I was fucking hilarious.
Okay. So more awkward later.
Yeah, because the video popped up not that long ago.
Oh, that's hilarious. All right, if you could go back and witness anything in history, what would it have been in person?
I cannot say what just came.
Yes, you do. You have to. Come on, Kadie Lynn. What was it?
I can't. Because first of all, who the fuck would want to do that? And second of all, it was like, well, it would be nice to see the scenery and like be able to see what I see in documentaries in person. No!
What was it? Now you have to tell us.
Repeat the question.
All right.
Before I say some stupid shit for no reason.
If you could go back and witness anything in person in history, what would it have been?
This is probably the dumbest fucking answer anyone could give. And it's so painfully awful, but Hitler.
Which part of Hitler? Like, which part of it?
Like, oh my God. That's where my brain got fucked and why I just started laughing because my brain just went way too many directions. But I don't know. The history buff in me would be like, it would have been really cool to see him give a speech.
Okay.
But
All right. Where do squirrels go during hurricanes?
I don't fucking know. Hold on, let me think on that. Nothing came to my brain except I don't know. They probably crawl up somebody's pants. I don't know. That's the first thing that popped in my brain.
That's not going to be a safe spot. What the hell is that about?
If you go up high enough, it might.
All right,
Nice and warm.
We have 3 more.
Oh, shit.
You can listen to one artist for the rest of your life, but once you pick that one artist, no other artist exists. Who do you pick? So just by speaking a name, everybody else disappears. And that's all you get to listen to from now on.
Do you see this motherfucker?
I do.
Oh my god.
He's trying to get you to say his name. That way everybody else stops existing.
As much as I love Ozzy, there's nothing new ever coming.
Mm-hmm. This is a tough one, isn't it?
And a part of me just wants to, like, I don't know, say like a metal band, but then I'm like, what if I get tired of, like, because the band I want to say is, I guess, Ginger. That's but Whitechapel. But I want singing too. I do like singing along with songs as well sometimes. So I'd have to say Ginger.
Nice, great answer. Okay, last two. If people say Heavens No, which they do, a lot of people will say Heavens No, and a lot of
yes,
and a lot of people say Hell Yes, right? Why does no one say Purgatory Perhaps?
I don't know, but I'm gonna start. That's some kind of stupid shit I'd say too. I act like such a redneck, and I am a redneck. And then sometimes I'll just be talking. I was doing some training today, and somebody said, "How are you? How is it? Is it great?" And I said, "It's fucking invigorating." Like, why is that popping out of my hillbilly mouth?
So you have to do that at a show now. If y'all are having a good time, give me a Purgatory Perhaps.
No, I just want to answer somebody like that if they ask me to do something. Okay. That's what I want.
Heavens
Purgatory,
no.
Perhaps. Purgatory perhaps.
Yes. All right. Last one. You are alive in the 1920s, and you run into a time traveler with a smartphone, and a Nickelback ringtone comes on. What's your reaction?
Just stab him in the face.
All right, that is What the Heck with Kadie Lynn.
To add on to that shit, Nickelback and Creed go hand in hand, so we can talk about Creed. Jackson's horny for Creed. I don't know what it is. That motherfucker just will not get off of it, and it drives me so fucking insane. He'll wake me up with that shit. Wake me up with fucking Creed blaring in the living room. Anyway, I was out Christmas shopping today. I was at Walmart, and they have vinyls, and they have pretty good vinyls sometimes. And I saw a Taylor Swift vinyl, and I don't remember what album it was. And then I saw something peeking out around the corner. I said, I know what the fuck that is. There was literally like this much of the side of it that you could see. And I'm like, I know those colors. And it was fucking Creed. You know how much that bitch was?
Probably $40.
$40.
Yeah.
I ain't paying that for fucking Creed. Love you, Jackson, but not that damn much. And I ain't gonna pay to be miserable either.
Yeah. Jingle juice. Time for. All right, we have come to our topics. Toby likes Creed too, for the record.
I love Toby more. Yeah. I can respect Toby, I guess.
Well, I think Toby only likes Creed because when the Rangers were going for the World Series.
That's what started it.
Yeah.
That's what started it.
Yeah.
And now here we fucking are. He'll play the Super Bowl fucking performance all the time in the fucking living room.
All right, so if you see the list of topics, I will take 1, 3, and 5 if you take 2 and 4.
Yeah. Right. That's what I wanted to at least.
All right, our first topic of this week is one that has been floating around the internet for a while. See what I did there, Katie? Floating around the internet. See? Floating around. Okay, so let me explain so you guys can get in on the joke. I'm talking about drones, of course. Right? Right? So,
Mm-hmm.
as you guys may know, mystery drone sightings continue all over the place. And Katie and I are going to try to decipher what the hell these things are. Um,
I'm glad this ain't no part of what the heck.
Me too. It should be, though, because it feels fake as fuck, doesn't it?
I would come up with all kinds of damn answers.
Well, I mean, the predominant one floating around is that this is some kind of alien race that is, for some god foreseen reason, is spying on the coast of New Jersey, of all places. We live in the information age. We have TikTok and YouTube and Instagram and all of this instant live internet. And if these drones were anywhere other than New Jersey, we would probably know about it at this point. I have seen some video of possibly some in the Cape Cod area as well, which is not too far from New Jersey. But there is no video on the internet of them in Africa or Eastern Europe or Southeast Asia or Australia or South America. So it leads me to believe that we can probably safely conclude that these are not extraterrestrial. You think so as well?
I mean, that little weirdo in me is like, I mean, it could be, and New Jersey's just weird, but no,
Well, we
no.
had a
If somebody
senator.
tried to convince me, I wouldn't believe it.
Well, we had a senator come on one of the news shows, and I'm not going to try to I'm not going to try to quote him directly. I will paraphrase, and you guys can look it up if you want. But Mitt Romney was on one of the shows, and he basically said, in a nutshell, we don't have the technology that these drones have. Our adversaries don't have the technology that these drones have. So he's essentially saying, without saying it, that these are obviously artificial intelligence, or not artificial intelligence, but extraterrestrial. And then as part of the same discussion, the same, diatribe that he's saying that essentially this technology does not exist on Earth, he's saying, but we don't need to pay attention to that because the economy sucks right now, and we should pay attention to that. And I'm like, wait. This man is a sitting U.S. senator, wants me to believe that these drones, that are dozens and dozens of them, by the way, somewhere over in New Jersey, are not of this planet. But let's worry about how much eggs are.
I mean, I'm worried about both.
Yeah, but my point is, like, the dude is like, okay, we could be pissing off a master race somewhere, right? But don't worry about that, guys, because we gotta save 40 cents off a dozen eggs. I couldn't believe it. I almost lost my shit. I was like, this dude is crazy.
First world problems, dude.
So if a sitting U.S. senator is basically intimating that these are extraterrestrial, and again, I feel pretty strongly, using common sense, that if these were extraterrestrial, and they were sent here from a different planet or different galaxy or whatever, it would seem to me that New Jerseyans are probably not the most important places to be checking up on. Yeah. Just like to me, it would be more widespread, and it wouldn't be as out there, right? Like I feel like we wouldn't know about it.
Yeah.
So
like, why the fuck New Jersey?
Honestly? Exactly. So then we have to start thinking more, practically here. What are they then? Is it a distraction from something else? Is our government behind them?
And that is really weird that he would be like, yeah, this is aliens. Like,
well, I mean, yeah, it doesn't. It just, again, like, if he's intimating that it is aliens,
yeah,
it's like, okay, I want you to look at this hand and not this hand, right? Like, that's what it feels like.
That's what yeah, because I mean, it's just, I don't know, it just feels weird. Like, I like my creepy stuff, I like my extraterrestrial stuff, but this doesn't This doesn't feel like
This
it.
doesn't pass that sniff test, does it? Right? Because like I feel like if it was extraterrestrial, again, we wouldn't know about it, and it would be more widespread. It wouldn't just be so localized to the eastern
Yeah.
seaboard. And again, New Jersey is where the most sightings are, but there are some other sightings up and down the eastern seaboard. Savvy says in chat, one's over me every day. I see it fly into the air where I work. That sucks. But yeah, they're saying these
Hell
drones are
no.
like the size of cars, like automobiles too. Like these aren't like hobby drones. Like these are big drones. So
That's weird. I wonder if they're trying to say that and it's like some, I don't know, other government or something.
well,
That's what
here's
I
the
think
thing.
about first.
If it was an adversary or foreign, they wouldn't be in the air anymore.
No.
Right? Because
That's
we've
the only
literally
thing
had
I would.
we've literally had weather balloons from China that have floated over here, and we have shot them down. So
Yeah.
go ahead.
I don't know. Like that's the only thing I could even think of that, but I definitely wouldn't. And that don't, like you said, that don't make no damn sense either. So I don't know.
Now, the
It's just
FBI,
weird.
the Homeland Security Department, and state agencies thus far have been investigating, but officials say there has been nothing so far to suggest that any of the drones have posed a national security or public safety threat. Authorities say many of the drone sightings have actually been legal drones, manned aircraft, helicopters, and even stars. Which I can see that, hysteria takes effect, and then everything you see is a drone now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but I don't think I don't know what they are. I just know that
I don't either.
I'm pretty sure I know what they aren't. I'm pretty sure they aren't
Yeah.
a foreign thing from a different country because again, I think they would be shot down. And
Yeah.
B, I don't think it's extraterrestrial because it would be more widespread if it was.
Yeah.
They'd be all over the planet. So that leads me to believe that either A, it's some hobbyist or something, or somebody is testing something. That somebody could be the government here in the United States. It could be
Mm-hmm.
a defense contractor. God, who knows, right? But it would have to be somebody here in this country. Otherwise, we'd be shooting that shit down. And the government knows too, by the way. Just so we're clear.
Yeah.
The government knows exactly who's behind it.
Yeah. And what it is.
But yes, whatever it is, the government knows, and it is what it is. But yeah, that's our first topic of the evening, and the second one is going to be absolutely hilarious, and I'm so happy that Kadie is going to tell us about this shit because this is great. Kadie,
You know what?
What is the second topic we're discussing tonight?
I kind of want you to read the title.
Okay, so the second topic, which Kadie is going to be telling us about, the headline is Moshpit Nappy, designed to avoid queues at gig lose, sells out. In American, that would be Moshpit Diapers, designed to avoid lines at like concert bathrooms, and they have sold out. So I'm going to show you guys a picture of this. Against my better judgment, by the way.
So, the black pleather accessories includes metal studs and chains and prevents bathroom breaks from spoiling a concert. An adult incontinence nappy designed for concert goers to avoid long queues at toilets has gone on sale. The limited edition Pit Diaper, I kind of like the name, not gonna lie.
Pit diaper, of course.
Specifically for mosh pits at music gigs, was available for $75 before selling out. It was sold by US firm Liquid Death, a sparkling water brand known for its unusual heavy metal style images and marketing. I'm fucking about it. A firm's promotional material said, if you've been to a concert, you know the scariest place isn't the mosh pit, it's the bathroom. I kind of feel that. Now you can avoid having to brave that hellscape with the new Pit Diaper, adding that it helps fans relieve themselves in a safety of the mosh pit.
Oh my God! So, what do you think of these things, Katie? Are they necessary? You are an experienced mosher, so tell me.
I know a lot of people that would rock this shit and fuck it up. I just know it. I know a lot of people that would fuck with this shit. And I honestly, if people knew what it was, I would wear it just to get like, do you see this? Ozzy's opening the door.
Yeah, of course. He's done with this show. He's done.
He goes on the door handle and opens
He's
it.
done. He's heard enough.
Anyway, but if people knew what these were, I'd kind of rock these somewhere. I would never use them. That's gross. But I'd be like, hey, y'all, you see what I'm wearing? That liquid death pit fucking diaper, yo.
Oh my God, it's so great.
I'm not gonna lie. We bought liquid death one time, and it was like something to do with Metallica. I don't know. And we cut off the side of it because the art's really cool and it's on our wall. Not gonna lie.
So we have all these world problems happening in the world, like drones and pandemics and all these other issues. But the good news is, ladies and gentlemen, we now have Moshpit Diapers to get through. That way you do not have to wait for a song break to use the restroom.
Yep.
Thank God for that. Thank goodness. Now, moving on. You guys would be happy to know that looking back at our 2020 bingo card, one of those things was murder hornets. And you will be happy to know that the world's largest hornet, which has killed 42 people in China back in 2013, has been wiped out in the United States after first being spotted. Thank God. Thank goodness for this, because I probably would have needed a mosh pit diaper if I ever got in touch with one of these things, to be honest. I think your screen is frozen. There you are.
I was about to say, hello?
So the world's largest hornet is an invasive breed nicknamed the murder hornet for its dangerous sting and ability to slaughter a hive of honeybees in as little as 90 minutes. Has been declared eradicated in the U.S. 5 years after first being spotted in Washington State near the Canadian border. The Washington and U.S. Departments of Agriculture announced the eradication on Wednesday, saying there had been no detections of the northern giant hornet in Washington since 2021. So it's essentially hasn't been here for 3 years, but they were just making sure. What? Like, let's make sure for 3 years before we let folks know.
Lord. Let's let everybody fear them.
Yeah, just keep people in line with the threat of murder hornets. The news represented an enormous success and was achieved in part by residents agreeing to place traps on their properties and reporting sightings, as well as researchers capturing a live hornet, attaching a tiny radio tracking tag to it with dental floss, and following it through a forest to a nest in an alder tree. Your internet is messing up, Katie.
Oh, I can hear you fine.
Yeah, I know, but
this time
you're frozen on my side.
Oh my God. Or was I frozen, or was I just making the same face for too long because I was also doing that?
Yeah, I can still hear you, but yeah, you're frozen on my end.
I love that.
But anyway, here, wow, that's giant murder hornet. I've got to tell you, as an entomologist, I've been doing this for over 25 years now, and it is a rare day when the humans actually get to win one against the insects. Sven Spickiger, Pest Program Manager of the Washington State Department of Agriculture, told a virtual news conference. Can you imagine? Hey, Sven, what do you do for a living? I am a Pest Program Manager at the Department of Agriculture. We have to figure out what's going on with your camera here.
I don't know what's happening. Everything looks fine on my end, but that's me.
Yeah, it's not on my end.
Yeah.
You are,
and that could still be a me problem for sure.
Maybe.
Still?
Oh, there you are. You just came back. It's all blotchy, but you're back. Now it's
what the heck? I told you I was having problems with the Wi-Fi earlier.
So what I'll do is I'll just go like this. Oh, there you are. You're definitely
Okay.
having Wi-Fi problems, but that's okay. We will
Yeah,
limp
you just
along.
popped back for me. I was like,
It's all good. All right, so
oh
our next
Lord.
story tonight. What do you think about Murder Hornets being gone? I was kind of hoping to see them in concert. What about you?
Fuck no. But I remember when this shit, like when I heard about murder hornets, and I just crawled in my skin. No thanks. At all. No thanks.
I think it's funny how they've been gone for a really long time, and they're just letting us know now.
They're like, yeah, we wanted to make sure.
Oh, by the way, remember back in 2021 when we had those murder hornets and everybody was flying all around and scared off their tits? Yeah, you guys don't have to do that anymore.
After everybody just was like, okay, what the fuck? I haven't
Thank
seen
you,
one.
Sven.
God.
All right, what is our fourth topic this week, Katie?
Well, it's actually very sad.
It could be, yes.
I hope not. So, this article is from MSN.com. Is Sesame Street ending? What we know about the beloved series' future after 55 years on air. In 2024, Warner Bros. Discovery announced they had not renewed their deal for new episodes of Sesame Street. After being a staple on children's television for nearly 6 decades, the fate of Sesame Street is up in the air. In December 2024, now, the Hollywood Reporter announced that Warner Bros. Discovery did not renew its agreement to help finance the production of or air new episodes of Sesame Street on its streaming platform, Max. Per the outlet, Max, which has been Sesame Street's home since 2016, is shifting its programming strategy to focus on adult and family content. Ugh. It has been a This makes me sad. It has been a wonderful creative experience working with everyone at Sesame Street on the iconic children's series, and we are thrilled to be able to keep some of the library series on Max in the US. A spokesperson for the streaming service told the publication. Big Bird, Oscar the Grouch, and the Cookie Monster first debuted on the small screen in 1969. Every year since then, since the Sesame Street characters have found new and fun ways to educate young kids. God, I hate that I run over my words. To educate young children about everything from letters and numbers to practicing good hygiene and eating healthy. Apparently, I need to watch Sesame Street more. Um, damn.
Now that
Um,
it's canceled, she's like, I gotta watch this more. It's so
I gotta go learn
interesting.
my letters and
Yeah,
numbers.
exactly.
But the 55th season of the beloved children's show will premiere on Max in January 2025 as planned. So right now for y'all, as planned, and the streaming platform will continue to offer a selection of the Sesame Street library to through 2027. Beyond that, however, Sesame Street's future remains unclear. So is Sesame Street ending? Da, 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 da. Hold on, I'm skimming. Um, It's unclear if Sesame Street will end after 55 years. The show's producer, Sesame Workshop, has yet to ink a new programming deal with another streaming service after Max opted not to renew their contract with the show. However, a spokesperson seemingly assured the Hollywood Reporter that Big Bird and his friends have a bright future. We will continue to invest in our best in class programming and looking forward to announcing our new distribution plans in the coming months, ensuring that Sesame Street reaches as many children as possible for generations to come. A spokesperson for Sesame Workshop said back in October 2023, the outlet also reported that viewers will see a reimagined Sesame Street starting with season 56. The brand new format will feature an animated series, Tales from 123, book-ended by two 11-minute story
Hmm.
segments. I don't like that.
Yeah, I don't know.
Um,
Maybe that's why Max dropped it. Maybe they don't like the reimagined idea.
it says why are they not renewing? Max did not renew its deal with Sesame Street in an effort to put their resources towards adult, yeah, such as its upcoming Harry Potter series.
Ah,
Yeah. The new strategy is based on consumer usage and feedback, per the Hollywood Reporter. As we've launched Max, though, and based on consumer usage and feedback, we've had to prioritize our focus on stories for adults and families. And so, new episodes from Sesame Street at this time are not as core to our strategy. The spokesperson explained. Yep, that's about it. And I'm about to murder my dog.
So that's unfortunate. So number one, I think they'll probably be fine, even if Max is not renewing. I think somebody will. I mean, we have so much content nowadays and so many different platforms out there. I think that'll probably be fine. I'm just a little bit weirded out that I didn't even know that Sesame Street was on Max. I just kind of assumed that they were just going along on PBS all this time.
Me too.
You know what I'm saying? So I wonder if PBS will be the savior here. It would make some sort of sense, perhaps.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
Well-rounded circle.
But yeah, and I think there's too many platforms out there for this to get just pushed aside. I think somebody will pick it up and run with it. But you know, if it does end, then that does suck. But at the same time, at least until 2027, there will still be content out there for people to watch. And when you have 55 seasons of content, you can almost guarantee that, you know, all of this is going to be fine. It says a portion of the Sesame Street library will be available to view on Max through 2027. Currently, the streaming service only offers seasons 1, 5, 7, and 39 through 54. A select few episodes of Sesame Street is also available on PBS Kids. Again, if PBS Kids is a thing, that just sounds like the best plan.
Absolutely.
Just send it all over there.
PBS Kids has been a thing for a long time, since I was a kid. I mean, that's not necessarily a long time in 50 years, but...
Right.
So.
But yeah, I think somebody will pick it up. And if they do, we will revisit this story at a future time here on the Chris and Kadie Show. You know, all of us adults, I imagine there's not too many adults alive today that were not impacted in some way by Sesame Street when we were kids. So that's why I feel like Katie's probably a little emotional. I am as well. I watched Sesame Street when I was a kid. Hell, I love, what was his name? The little fucking Muppet with the near far. What was his name? God damn it, I liked that. Grover, that was his name. The little blue guy, Grover. Yeah, man. But yeah, I think somebody will pick it up, and let's hope they do. Again, with the oversaturation that content is nowadays, I think it'll be fine. Kadie, we have time for a weird but true if you want to do one. What in the world was that? Oh my
that was God. My evil laugh.
Oh. All right, so oh my gosh, here's one. Actually, while you're trying to find your story, I'm going to give some bizarre facts. That sound good?
Yeah.
All right, so here's some bizarre facts while Kadie is trying to get her weird but true story. This will be, in essence, my weird but true story. Okay, so sloths are slow in everything they do, every single thing, including digestion, Kadie, because they digest foods so slowly, they basically have to breathe out their farts because they are too slow to actually fart.
Oh.
So when you're out there and you're having a bad day, try to remember that at least you don't have to breathe out your farts. Right? Just try to remember that. But if a bunch of gas builds up in a sloth's intestines, it could get sick and potentially even burst. Now, rather than farting, the gases are reabsorbed into the bloodstream and are then respired out of the lungs. Talk about morning breath.
Ugh.
Yeah. There are caves in Missouri that store 1.4 billion pounds of government-owned cheese. It's located deep in the Ozark Mountains in limestone-converted mines The caves are kept at a perfect 36 degrees Fahrenheit. As someone... Oh, my God, I'm not saying that. All right, next one. This one actually made me do a double take. Cornflakes were invented to suppress sexual impulses and desires.
I mean, I get that. They're pretty fucking bland.
John Harvey Kellogg invented cornflakes in 1894, but it was later used as part of an extreme diet promoted by his church to basically suppress horniness. Kellogg thought sex and masturbation were abnormal and unhealthy, so he believed cornflakes and their lack of flavor would help fight off any desire.
I mean, I will say some food that I eat does make me horny, but
Me too.
Besides that, though, I don't know what he's getting at.
Cornflakes are not one of them, so this kind of tracks.
Good for
to be
him.
Fair.
Good for him. Yeah.
He did a good job. All right. All right. Do you have your weird but true thing? All right. Take it away.
So, this is fucking crazy. So, this is titled, I'm living underwater for months to break a record. I think I'm still married. A man in Germany is attempting to break the Guinness World Record for the longest time spent living in an underwater fixed habitat. I have no fucking idea.
What do you mean? Oh, you froze again.
Oh, yay.
You can still talk. I can still hear you, though.
Can you hear me?
I can, yes.
Hey.
Hello.
Hello?
Hello.
Okay. I'm here. Are you here?
I am.
Can you hear me?
I can.
Okay.
I can see you, too, again.
What was the last thing you heard? Can I? Anyway, homie is living underwater, and I don't know how to say his name, so I'm about to have to Google Translate this shit and play it because I literally have no fucking idea, and I'm very curious. Rüdiger Koch. Rüdiger Koch. There you go. Homie G, what's his name? Homie G, Rüdiger Koch is living underwater and has spent more than 60 days so far in an underwater capsule off the coast of Puerto Lindo, Panama, in the Caribbean Sea. He is halfway to his goal. Motherfucker's been there for 2 months and he's like, I think I'm still married. I hope so. He said, the last time I checked, I was still married, he joked to AFP. Cock, I guess, 59, began his underwater lifestyle on September 26th and plans to come back to land on January 24th, 120 days later. The current record for the longest time spent living in an underwater fixed habitat is 100 days, achieved by American Joseph Ditchery, just off the coast of Key Largo, Florida, from March to June 2023. It shows pictures. He is a German engineer. So that's fun. There's pictures and it's really, really cool. He's been living underwater and working underwater in his 322 square foot living space. That's actually pretty fucking big. That's bigger than I thought it was going to be. Complete with a portable toilet, TV, computer, stationary bike, multiple fans, satellite internet, and solar power. The aerospace engineer admitted to CBS News that he misses a real shower in his capsule 36 feet below the surface, sharing that that's the first thing he's going to do when he returns to land. Damn, motherfucker ain't showered? That's gross. Anyway, 120 days, no shower. That's the real Guinness World Record right there. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, that's a yikes.
What the fuck? Anyway, it has a vertical tube attaching it to another chamber above water, which holds other members of his team, and that's how food is sent down. Interesting. People can also go down the tube to pay a visit. Oh, that's bullshit. That ain't right. No, you're supposed to be secluded, motherfucker.
Yeah, no visitation rights. What do you think this is?
No!
That's cheating, bro.
Hold on. It says, other than journalists and media, his only visitors have been his doctor, wife, and kids. So, motherfucker, you are still married.
What's the point?
He lied to me.
Yeah, that's no record.
Hold on. Fuck you. Oui, d'accord.
All right, let's get to some stuff that actually matters, except for fake Guinness Book records and stuff.
I mean, it was real. This
I'm
is
going to be secluded underwater. Hello? You might want to look up the word secluded, my dude.
Yeah.
Golly.
Stupid.
Secluded means no other people, bro. It even says
also,
bro
looking
in the
at that thing,
by the way.
When you look at it, it looks straight up like Subnautica. Swear on my life. Like the circular kind of dome like that. Straight up.
All right, so we're going to get into our next topic and our last topic for the evening. And this is some bullshit right here. This is some bullshit.
Yeah. Had too much jingle juice. No, I'm kidding. I'm going to have to end up letting dumbass back in a minute.
That's fine.
You
can just do it while I'm reading, I guess. Okay, so the topic is a missing sitting congresswoman is found after 6 months. And this has happened right here in the state of Texas, which is even more up our alley. Again, we don't talk about politics very often, and we're not really going to be talking too heavily about partisan politics here either. In fact, I'm going to actually leave out the political party of this congresswoman for that reason alone. If you guys want to look it up, you're more than welcome to do so. Katie and I will never, ever, ever talk about partisan politics on the show. It's just too divisive.
Correct.
And all of that stuff. And we don't want to be divisive in this world. The world's already divisive enough. So we show kindness, we show love to everybody, regardless of who they are, what they are, who they love, etc., etc., etc. So even though the very first word of this story is the political party of the person in question, I am going to omit that word. And here we go. Here is the headline. What happened to Kay Granger, missing representative found in dementia care home? The Congresswoman Kay Granger, who is 81 years old, went missing in July. Now, I have to be very, very, very careful with the word missing, because she was clearly not missing in the context of nobody knew where she was. There are people in the world who knew where she was.
She was missing in action.
So when I say missing, and when these articles say missing, what they mean is she was missing from public life, which includes her job, right, as a congressperson. Anyway, she was found disoriented near her former district. She has been staying in a memory care facility, as confirmed by her staff to a Dallas, Texas-based news outlet. Granger, who has been serving in Texas's 12th district since 1997, has an undisclosed illness her family chose not to publicize. The Congresswoman, who suddenly disappeared from the public eye around July this year, has been found. After reporters began searching for her whereabouts, she was discovered lost and disoriented in her previous cultural district, West 7th area, and she has been staying in a nearby memory care and assisted living facility for a while. The 81-year-old previously represented Texas's 12th congressional district since 1997. So apparently she's switched districts somewhere along the line. The reason behind Granger's family's refusal to make her illness public is still unknown. The details about her current whereabouts were revealed in a report by the Dallas Express. 2 employees with the memory care facility she has been living in confirmed to that outlet that Granger has been living there. Rolando Garcia, who is a member of the state Republican, well, I have to say that because he's part of it. He's a member of the state Republican Executive Committee, was among those who took to X to voice disagreement to the circumstance, calling it a, quote, sad and humiliating way to end her political career, unquote. Kay Granger declared that she will be leaving her position as head of the House Appropriations Committee back in March of 2024. She then vanished from public events and voting for 6 months in the second part of this year. In December, which is where we are now, Dallas Express writer Carlos Tercios discovered that Granger was residing in a memory care facility. The details of the dementia facility she was found in was not disclosed in the report. Again, this woman has been a representative of this country for 27 years, since 1997, in one district or another. The really scary part of this thing is this. This woman is a sitting U.S. representative. She is a current member of Congress. And since July, nobody knows where she's been. And when I say nobody, I mean the public. Clearly, there are people in the know. The point I'm making is, how is it possible in this country that we are okay with a person who's supposed to be representing a district and has constituents
just being gone,
and nobody's replacing her, nobody is taking up her vote, nobody is doing anything? That's some shit, man, regardless of which party you are in and which one you support. There has to be a better system here. Now, from what I understand, and there is a second article that I put in here just so I could have more reference here. At the end of the second link that I put in here, Katie, it says Granger had already announced her retirement at the end of this Congress. Congress ends in December, begins in January.
Yeah.
So she was already due to not be a congresswoman anymore come January, okay? Now,
but she's still
a sitting congressperson from March, when she steps down from her committees, until now, when she's been found by a reporter. By the way, this is a reporter that found her. This wasn't something that Congress or her staff or her family was like, oh, by the way, this is a thing. Yeah. No, the reporter from a newspaper or publication that, honestly, I'm going to keep it real, I have not heard of. I literally live an hour east of Dallas. I've heard of the Dallas Morning News. I have not heard of the Dallas Express. Have you, Katie?
No.
So this sounds like a second-hand, or not second-hand, but not quite, high-up publication. Perhaps not the followership or publication reach as the Dallas Morning News that found this out. And that's the part that worries me. We have people that are supposed to be representing us and voting for things that matter to us that are in dementia facilities.
Yep.
And clearly there is I'm sure there's a process in place to replace her as a congresswoman if she's no longer able to.
It says, right under that, it says from January, the seat will be held by Craig Goldman, a Republican who is formerly a member of the Texas House of Representatives.
Right. That's when the new Congress starts, though. So that's essentially her replacement.
Right.
And he was likely voted in, is my point. He was probably voted in November, but because the new Congress doesn't take effect until January, that's when this Craig Goldman will take over. The point I'm making is between, say, March, when she left her committees, and December, no one has known where she is. Nobody's made an announcement. She hasn't voted. She hasn't taken part in anything in Congress. And nobody seems to care. My point is if she's not able to fulfill the duties of her seat, there is probably a process in place to replace her. And somebody decided to not deal with that, whatever that process is, in lieu of just having the election in November. And that's bullshit.
Yeah.
We should have a representative, an able-bodied representative for every district in this country every single day, period. And if we don't, much like the presidency, somebody has to take over that role even if it's in the interim, right? Like the president goes down for surgery, the vice president takes over in an interim basis. But this only begs one part of a really much larger problem, and that is old age in our representatives and senators. people that are allowed to serve for 60 years in some cases. I mean, we got
Yeah.
Mitch McConnell, who literally stares at a teleprompter sometimes, doesn't say a word. Dianne Feinstein, who was still seated when she passed away, and Nancy Pelosi. You have all of these people that are far too old. Like, they shouldn't be in there. But
Yeah.
as long as they want to run, they get to run because their districts and their states back them. And
I don't know.
I hate that part of politics. It's just people get entrenched, and they shouldn't be allowed to be entrenched.
Yep. Absolutely.
You know. But this right here, like, it pissed me off when I saw this. I saw this on TikTok originally, and I was on this story before the mainstream media even picked it up, because that's the cool thing about TikTok. Like, you'll hear things on TikTok before even NBC or ABC or whatever throw it out there. And so I was on this one, and I was like, this can't possibly be real. And then, sure as shit, it was. We have a sitting U.S. Congressperson that is in a dementia facility.
That's insane.
It truly is. It truly is. Something has to be done in the country. I think there should be term limits. I think there should be an age limit. We have minimum age requirements. We should have maximum age requirements as well. I don't think, and that includes all seats, in my opinion. I don't think presidents, vice presidents, governors, whoever. I don't think there should be a cutoff. Whether it's 70 or 80 or 75 or whatever it is, there should be a maximum. If you have to be 36 years old to be president, right, then there should be a maximum as well, like 36 to 70, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. What do you think about term limits and all that?
I mean, 70 is even kind of old.
I agree. Like, for me, I want vigor in my representatives, people that are, in charge.
Well, and
of my
here's my
well-being.
thought. You can't have somebody, okay, as much as I like to think I know some shit, you can't have somebody too young because they don't know no shit.
Mm-hmm.
But you can't have somebody too old because they don't know what's going on now.
Mm-hmm.
Or they don't understand, even if they know. Yeah. So you have to have some kind of middle ground, and it just,
The whole system kind of sucks anyway, because, like, you have people that have been playing politics for a really long time, and I feel like the more they play in the game, the less with us they are. They're more tone deaf to our needs as everyday people, and that's really my only concern. Like, I just want, as everyday people, I want people in charge that get what we're going through. And as long as I've been an adult, I don't know of a single, president or governor or whatever that really gets it. Now, on the mayor, the mayor level, I've seen that from time to time. Like, when I lived in Longview, we had a mayor that truly cared about his constituents and did everything he could for us. But the further you go up the chain of command, the less in touch they are. It's sad. So what are your plans for the holidays, Kadie?
Well, I'm going to my mother's tomorrow, which is Christmas Eve.
Make sure you give her a hug and a kiss from me, please.
I definitely will. Wednesday, Christmas Day, we're going over to Carrie and Mammy's. That is Jackson's stepmom and grandma. We're going over there Christmas morning, and then we're going to his Papa Bear's in Emory, which is totally the other direction. We're going there afterwards.
What day is that?
Wednesday.
Emory is literally the next town over from me.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy. I didn't know he had fam up here. That's what's up.
That's where all his family's from.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Nice.
But we're doing that Wednesday, and then Thursday we're going to his mom's. She's in Lake Dallas. Or maybe we're going to his mom's, or his grandma's, Nana's, which is Flower Mound. Who knows? We'll see. And then Friday we're going to his dad's, which is right down the damn road. And I think that's it.
Nice. So you're going to be busy as hell, man, all over the road.
I only have one. He has 20.
Yeah, I'm not going anywhere. We're not doing shit all. We'll probably have the grandkids open their presents or whatever, but that's about it.
That's all you need.
Yep, that's exactly right. And everybody here is under the weather. Mandy went to the ER today. She was just some kind of stomach bug, and of course she had hip problems when she was in the military, so her hip locked up on her too while she was sick. Because she was vomiting, it locked up. So she's not doing too well right now, and that's Hendrix's mom too. So
yeah.
And Hendrix has had a cough for a week or so, and that's probably where I got my sore throat and all that stuff. But
man, I hate that. Me and
what
Jackson both got sick too.
It always happens during the holidays, man. Almost always.
Yeah.
But
always.
I will see you in 2 weeks, young lady. Stay safe, and
me too.
I love you.
I'll see you next year.
Yeah.